What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you are on the podcast platforms, please do subscribe. And if you are on YouTube, I'd appreciate you doing the same, as well as hitting that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this conversation. All right. So, guys, I was debating whether I was going to talk about this, but I said, you know what? I had a few minutes. Let me go ahead and get into it. And this is going to be about Sheree Whitfield and Martell Holt. Sheree Whitfield of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Martell Holt of Love and Marriage Huntsville. One, they're supposedly in a relationship. I question it if it's real. I don't really care. And some of you may say, well, if you don't care, why are you talking about it? But I wanted to talk about not just the relationship, but I wanted to talk about something that I noticed about Sheree. Okay. So this story actually comes from the Jasmine Brand blog, and it says that Sheree Whitfield and Martell Holt are still going strong as she shares a series of photos from her birthday celebration with /boyfriend. A full day of love, pampering, and great food. So the story is that they are still seemingly going strong. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star shared a series of photos where she highlighted the love and fun she received celebrating her birthday the day before. Sheree Whitfield was seemingly surrounded by a lot of her friends and loved ones, including her former co-star Cynthia Bailey and her boo, which kind of makes me puke a little bit, Martell Holt. In the Instagram caption, she wrote, "I had so much fun and love celebrating my birthday yesterday that I didn't get a chance to post. I had such an incredible birthday. A full day of love, pampering, great food. Thanks at Cairo Whitfield for making the best brunch ever and make your stomach hurt laughter. And it still hurts. This year which it should have been has, but anyway, this year have started off." I'm sorry. Anyway. Amazing, and I can't say enough how much I love, enjoy, and appreciate being with my family, friends, and loved ones. And then it has question marks after it, so it's like, huh? Anyway, those are probably supposed to be emojis, but thank you all for making my day as incredible as it was. Those who missed it, don't fret. I'm celebrating all month. So Sheree is 53 years old. Okay? And I'm not saying that is old, but I'm saying that she is of a certain age, okay? And she said, "A huge thanks to everyone who wished me happy birthday. You guys just don't know how much more special you made my day. My motto for the next chapter is F it, F-U-C-K it, enjoy the moment, because these past couple of years has shown us all that life is too short, so we need to be sure to enjoy every moment." And they supposedly confirmed last year in July that they were dating. And on this most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the first part of the reunion, Carlos King, he was going to the different castmates, and I guess Martell was on the phone, and he was like, "Is that Sheree?" And he gets on the phone, it's on speaker, and he's asking Sheree questions, and Sheree's like, "Well, he's a good guy, and he's a great father, and, I'm just having fun." And Carlos asked her if she loves him or if she is in love with him, and she paused for a moment, and then she said, "Carlos, you are so messy." I don't believe she loves him. I don't. I don't believe that the relationship is even serious, to be honest with you. And if you recall, when the rumors came out that they were dating, Martell Holt's baby's mother, Arionne, known as Coleslaw, she blasted him on social media, and then she said, "You went and got an old B. Best of luck to you." Well, the decisions that Sheree makes, and it's her choices, her decisions, her life, and she can do whatever she wants to do. But Sheree is extremely superficial, okay? Sheree, she should know that Martell Holt is not a good guy. He is not a good guy. I'm even saying he's not even a great father. This is just me, because great parents don't do things to hurt the other parent of their children. And he really, really hurt the mother of his children with his ex-wife. And he's also trying to seek custody, but for what? To hurt her. Because what does this man do for a living except being a cast member on the Love and Marriage Huntsville show? He does not have a builder's license. He created a product, a wine. It's like, you're not even a likable person. And for most people who are on these shows, when you create a product, people really don't care what your product is. It's even better if you have a good product. But most of the time when people are on these shows, and I've discussed this before, they're not really buying the product. They're buying the person. They're buying the brand. They get to know you, like you, and trust you. And so they're willing to purchase what you are out there hawking. And so for him to try to be like Melody and create a product, and then he's trying to use his grandmother. Yeah, I said it. He's trying to use his grandmother and using her name to try to draw in the sympathy of women and getting them to feel like this is something that he's doing as, oh, it's so, that's just such a great story, how he loved his grandmother so much, and he's dedicating this wine to her and named it after her. And it's funny because the wine is called Inest, Inest, and a lot of times I hear people call it incest wine. Incest. It's crazy. And I'm not making fun of his grandmother and his grandmother's name, but the guy is just not a good guy. But for Sheree to try to make people feel like this is a real relationship, it's just not. I feel that the relationship with Tyrone, the guy who was in prison, even though that didn't make sense to a lot of people either, because it would be like, why would you be dating a man in prison? But I believe that relationship made more sense to people than her dating Martell, who is an extreme narcissist, is an overall bad guy, and a very selfish person. He is using her. But I feel that she's using him also, because I just believe that she, like she said, life is short, so F it. And she just wants to have fun. Because she's of a certain age. She's not trying to settle down and get married to a guy that has 4 little children. 4 little ones. And is consistently having baby mama drama with the 5th child that he had while he was married to his wife. So I don't believe that, even though I believe that Sheree has made some terrible decisions when it comes to business, and even in her past relationships that we have seen, if you remember, if you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she went through a hard divorce with her ex-husband, Bob Whitfield, former NFL player. She was expected to get 7 figures as a divorce settlement. She didn't get anything close to that. And he made her look like a fool on national television, but she also made herself look like a fool with some of the decisions that she was making. And then she was dating this guy. I don't know if you all remember that. It was earlier in the seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. He was claiming to be a doctor, but it turns out he really was not licensed, and he went to school online, and they exposed that. Candy and Nene, like, this was not too long after, because, you know, she and Nene didn't have the best relationship, but they were starting to get back cordial again, and Nene was like, there's something about this guy. She said, I know you. Yeah, I know you. And she warned Sheree about him, and it turns out that the suspicions were accurate. And then she was dating a man who was in prison, all while finishing up her chateau. And a lot of people had questions about, where did you really get all of the money? How did you do this? She's been off and on of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, literally off and on of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And her She by Sheree line, I believe that was a total fail and flop. And she had so many years that she could have had this streamlined and launched, and it just didn't make any sense. I believe she put more effort and money into building her house than into building her business. And now she's dating Martell Holt. And of course, Martell would love to just hitch his persona onto another show. So apparently they're saying he's going to be on The Real Housewives of Atlanta by proxy because he's dating Sheree. And that annoys the heck out of me that he's going to be on another reality show. So he's one of these people that's going to just be like, I want to be on TV. So you see these people, they were once on a reality show. Love and Marriage Huntsville is not going to last forever. And so when that is no longer on TV, they get used to being in the spotlight in some way. So they're going to constantly look for the limelight in some way, shape, or form so that they can be on somebody's television screen so that they can continue to get exposure. Because for people like him, who is a narcissist, they don't care about the backlash. They don't care about the negative things said about them or spoken about them or showcased about them because they believe their own lies, and everything that people say about them that they don't agree with is not the truth. And so, do you really believe that Sheree is in a real relationship with this person, or is she doing like she just said in her Instagram post, my motto for this next chapter is F it, enjoy the moment? I believe she's just having fun with him in the sheets, getting her back cracked, because she even said in the last season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, when asked about Tyrone, if he was good in bed, and she was like, no. Actually, I think they asked her that on Watch What Happens Live. So I believe that she's having fun with him, but she's not trying to settle down. And I believe that he's using her as well. So they're using each other. But the decisions and choices that Sheree makes in the public eye is really embarrassing. Honestly, is downright disgraceful, especially due to the fact that she is 53 years old and she does have children. And I would think they would look up to their mom and see what she's doing, hopefully not making the same choices and decisions that she's making, because I remember when her youngest daughter said, you have all these men out here and you pick one that is a jailbird. I don't remember if those are exact words that she used, but pretty much that's what she said. And Sheree was like shocked by it, but her daughter was telling the truth. So it's just really weird to see her standing with Martell, and he's using her. I don't believe he really has a place to live of his own, so he can come down to Atlanta and stay in the chateau, and it's just embarrassing. But hey, if that's what she wants to be, a woman who is there to keep a man, then have at it, girl. Have at it. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. I just think it looks ridiculous. He really believes that he has come up, and Sheree is not an upgrade. I'm not speaking about her age, and I'm definitely not speaking about her looks. But just in terms of quality, she is down for the superficial, and so is he. So because he is a superficial person, he would see getting with someone like Sheree as an upgrade over Melody, his ex-wife. But he would never, ever, ever be with Arionne. And it's just really sad. In a way, I feel sorry for Arionne. But if she would just humble herself, like really, truly humble herself and say, you know what? I may be of a certain age. I may not be a little girl, but I'm extremely immature and I need to grow up at this point. And I made a lot of dumb decisions because I allowed this man to use me and manipulate me. Then maybe people would start having a little bit of grace for her. Not a whole lot, because she said and done some really devious things, especially starting out with doing this public interview on the Unwind with Tasha K platform, and pretty much doing Martell's bidding by trashing Melody and all of the other people on the show. Because you best believe, I said it a few years ago and I say it again today, that interview, she was pushed to do it by Martell, and Martell told her who to come for and what to say, okay? And that's why she had nothing negative to say about Martell, and said that he was a good guy. Period. I mean, it's just really sad to see someone that really just does not have that much intelligence to be manipulated by someone like Martell, who really doesn't have that much intelligence either. So you guys let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.